Well, hey, to all you cool cats and kittens, this is obviously your host, Mr. Hi. And don't worry, I am not trying to interrupt your show. This is just a teaser, a trailer, to talk about my show, The Anytime Show. Have you seen it yet? I hope so. If not, what are you waiting for? Go on and find my show, The Anytime Show with Mr. Hi. See you all soon. And subscribed. Hey, are you listening to me? You better have subscribed to my channel, youtube.com/Hollywood Insider TV. Yep.
This is Rebecca Brightfeller. Today's episode is titled Director-Actor Tandems, a look at the greatest dynamic duos. This article was written by Merrick Sinclair. As much as directors may want to change things up with each film, there is always one to a handful of actors that the director discovers meshes really well with their styles and visions for all projects. That willingness to use the same gifted actors has produced some of the greatest duos, or trio in one specific case, in modern history. And as great as diverse role casting is, we just can't help but get more excited when a bona fide film couple gets back together for yet another smash success. There are quite a handful of duos that come to mind, but only 6 truly stood out, to me at least. So here goes. My 6 favorite dynamic duos in cinema history. Side note, actors who frequently collaborate with filmmakers in only supporting roles won't be included, so even though Christopher Nolan and Michael Caine made what is about to be 7 films together, the duo isn't quite on the same level as the following. Quentin Tarantino and Samuel L. Jackson.
Thanks, Quentin.
Hey.
You the man.
Hey, man, you the man. Hey, thank you.
You the man.
No, thank you. No, you the man. No, you the man.
All right.
Quentin loves his family of actors, but none more than Jackson. And while Jackson hasn't had as many lead roles under Tarantino as the other duos below, the number of memorable roles Jackson has delivered in his career with Quentin is remarkable. His biggest role came in first with the director, Pulp Fiction. The role garnered Jackson's lone Oscar nomination of his career, including one of cinema's greatest monologues, in which Jackson paraphrases and then recites Ezekiel 25:17.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger.
The film as a whole is still considered Tarantino's masterpiece and birthed the relationship of the director and actor, leading to a whopping 6 appearances, including large roles in Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, and Jackie Brown, and sort of a 7th in True Romance, a film written by Tarantino, but not directed. Tarantino has said to be gearing up for one more film before calling it quits. Is he really, though? If that's the case, you can be sure to bet money on Jackson appearing in it for old time's sake. The Coen brothers and Frances McDormand.
He got a lot better directing actors. I got a lot better listening to directors.
When you're married to a great director and you've got talent, chances are you'll end up in a film of his. That's exactly what happened for Joel Coen and Frances McDormand. Though in this case, they actually got hitched right after wrapping up their first film together, Blood Simple, which happened to be both the Coens and McDormand's debuts in film. A marriage in both work and life, the relationship between Frances and her husband and brother-in-law have been extremely fruitful, to say the least. In fact, of the tandems listed here, and many not listed, McDormand is one of 2 to actually get Oscar Gold from her work with the Coen brothers' Fargo, a quirky yet more dramatic film on the Coens' resume. Set in Minnesota, McDormand took on the role of the fun yet no-nonsense police chief who is pregnant and investigating multiple homicides in the cold of winter. total number of films by the trio, with cameos, equates to 8 roles, soon to be 9. Her notable performances with the brothers include Raising Arizona, The Man Who Wasn't There, Burn After Reading, and Hail Caesar. McDormand is set to star as the titular Macbeth in Joel Coen's first work without his brother Ethan. With no sign of a breakdown in the couple's relationship, this should be a fruitful duo for years to come still. Tim Burton and Johnny Depp.
I was asked if I believed in goats.
Goats.
That was a journalist.
And do you believe in goats?
I do believe in goats.
At this point, Johnny Depp will put on whatever wacky outfit Tim Burton tells him to. Their films may, mostly, be cut from the same cloth, but that cloth is so strange and bizarre that audiences still get excited when the two get together for another film. Like many duos, their first work together is arguably their best. Edward Scissorhands was lighthearted and charmed audiences through its personal story and fantastical goth elements that grew with each Burton Depp film. Their second film, Ed Wood, is the only project that comes close to Scissorhands when arguing the duo's finest collaboration. Depp's knack of portraying real-life people shows here. We forget through all the makeup and weird costumes that the fine actor has chops to match even the best of them, becoming vulnerable and plain, yet lifelike and strange as the cult filmmaker would. With 8 films between 1990 and 2012, there have been some real good ones, like Sweeney Todd, Corpse Bride, and my personal favorite, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Though recent films have garnered middling results, there's always excitement for the duo's next work. It's been a while since they've gotten together, but I'm hoping the time off can bring a refreshing reunion down the road. Alfred Hitchcock and James Stewart.
He's amusing, he's immaculate, he's articulate, his mission is to entertain.
4 movies. That's how many collaborations Hitchcock and Stewart produced. But damn if they aren't some of the greatest ones ever. Rear Window and Vertigo are 2 of the greatest films ever made, with Vertigo recently beating Citizen Kane as the GOAT, greatest of all time, of films by the British Film Institute. Throw in 2 classics like Rope and The Man Who Knew Too Much, and you've got a quadrilogy/tetralogy of work that immediately shoots the duo into the discussion of most impactful director-actor combo ever. But the acclaim and legacy shouldn't come as much of a surprise when both men are among the greatest ever in their respective jobs in the industry. Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro.
But I really know his vocation was to become what he is today, the high priest of film.
Some of the combos here are prolific, some are small with high quality, and some have garnered awards. The relationship between Scorsese and De Niro has encompassed all of the above aspects.
All right, I'm going to give you a choice. You can either have the money and the hammer, or you can walk out of here. You can't have both. What do you want?
Whopping 10 films with another in pre-production? Check. Critical darlings that rank among the best ever? Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, and Goodfellas hit those requirements. Awards? Basically all of them. Including Best Actor for De Niro in Raging Bull, and their most recent film, The Irishman, getting 10 nominations. Even if it didn't win, that's still impressive. Scorsese and De Niro should be considered the best tandem in history based off of objective success. While they aren't my personal number one, their track record isn't going to be touched anytime soon as long as they keep up the work, even at a slow pace. Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio.
I see the same kind of commitment in Leo that Kirk Douglas had.
I'm biased with this duo as DiCaprio is my favorite actor, but that doesn't change the fact that of the duo's 6 movies together, all are classics in their own unique right, with high-class direction from Scorsese and A-plus performances from the gifted DiCaprio. Gangs of New York was the first collaboration, and is likely seen as the weakest of the duo's films. But even then, the clear fit of DiCaprio's acting style inside Scorsese's world building was seen by many as a match made in heaven. Since Gangs, it's been nothing but high flying for the two icons. The Aviator, The Departed, Shutter Island, and The Wolf of Wall Street are all critical darlings, though Island had to age well over the past 10 years to be seen in the same tier.
My initials are on the side. There's a dent in the barrel from when Philip Stack shot at me. You're not gonna fuck with my mind on this one, Doctor.
Then blast away.
There's an impressive mix of genres and versatility above, and unlike other duos who make eerily similar films, which makes sense, these two have shown they can adapt together. Having not worked together since Wolf, Scorsese and DiCaprio are making up for lost time with two films soon to be in production. Killers of the Flower Moon, co-starring De Niro, and following two agents in the 50s looking into the Osage Native American murders, and Roosevelt, a biopic of the beloved Teddy Roosevelt with DiCaprio in the title role, which will surely put him in contention for a second Oscar. Let's just say it's shaping up to be a dominant decade for this already awesome director-actor tandem, and for many of the other tandems as well. Thank you.